please do not post yourself on your personal brand, or more specifically on your Instagram account, if you are a male entrepreneur. And in this video, I want to explain to you exactly why you should not be doing that, and also the benefit of not doing so when it comes to business, connections, opportunities, and leverage, generally speaking. Now, I want to jump straight to the point to not waste your time. So what I see from my personal experience, right, because I'm around a lot of entrepreneurs every single day, a lot of those guys, because they're young, they made some money, they have a good life, whatever, their egos kind of take over. And they think about themselves as the king of the world, right? That they're not, they're untouchable in a sense, right? And of course it is important as a man to have a very strong mindset and kind of be delusional to a certain extent. But when it comes to your positioning, like branding yourself online, you have to have a different approach. Because as a man, when I follow a different guy, I don't want to see every single picture and just see his face, right? How he looks, or how good his body looks, or whatever it might be, right? Obviously that is good and important to a certain extent, especially when you talk about health and physique, because it tells me you're putting in the work every single day in your gym. But again, when I'm following you as another guy, I want to get some value out of following you. I want to get some insights. I want to see what you're up to on a daily basis, right? And that's exactly what I want to mention with the first point right here. Your value as a man, as a male entrepreneur, does not come from how good you look, right? It's different for girls because their first impression kind of, in a sense, right, is their physical appearance, right? Their beauty in a sense, right? Because that makes us attracted to them. But as a guy, once again, your value does not come from how good you look. If you look good, that's good for you, right? Obviously, it's a benefit. It's a nice to have thing. But it's not the main thing that you should be pushing online when it comes to your personal brand. So this is exactly what I mean by saying that you should not be posting yourself on your personal brand, or on your Instagram account as a guy. You should be focusing on showcasing and showing all the things that make you you, that make you interesting, that give me value as an outsider by following you, right? So for example, all the things that you do on a daily basis, the places you go to, the people you talk to, the business you do, right? The unfair advantage in a sense that you have within the market based off of your experience in the past, right? Because once again, all of those things make you interesting and follow-worthy as a guy, as a male entrepreneur in a sense, once again. So as a rule of thumb, because obviously, again, don't understand me wrong, you have to have some sort of yourself on there, right? It is your personal brand overall. But as a rule of thumb, what I always tell my clients and what I also try to maintain, incorporate myself when it comes to my personal brand, let's say if we stick to a carousel post of 10 slides, right? There should not be more than 20 to 30 max% of just you, right? So that means 3 to absolutely max 4 slides should be just you as the main thing, the main frame within the shot. All the other shots should be painting a picture, telling a story, right? Once again, not to repeat myself, whether that's locations you go to, travel destinations, people you meet, etc., etc. And this exactly brings me to point number 2 that I want to touch on right now. The reason why doing that is so important and crucial is because, first of all, again, like I explained, that's how you actually become valuable online, right? That's how you build a brand around your name that makes you interesting to follow, especially for guys, other guys. But what I can also promise you is that the quality of people that you will attract, whether that's for connection, business purposes, private life purposes, whatever it might be, is going to be way higher quality. Why and what do I mean by that? So just to give you an example, let's say you are an entrepreneur, right? Let's stick to the business example. You are an entrepreneur, you're 22 years old and you do some business online. Good for you, but there's millions of other guys doing exactly that same thing, right? So just having that as your unique selling proposition in a sense will not be enough to make you follow-worthy in a sense, right? But when you paint a picture, when you share more things around your life, around your business, instead of just yourself in every single shot, you allow other people, you allow, new cold audiences that maybe do not know you yet, you give them a better insight into your character, your personality, and into, who and what you are, essentially speaking, right? And the more unique touch points you create, the more niche your followers are gonna become and the higher quality they will become as well. Just to give you a very generic example, right? Let's say you are an entrepreneur, 22 years old, you're on an e-com store, you like to do cold plunges every single day, you like to go biking on the weekend in the woods, you like to, have a meditation session every other day, then you like to read a very specific kind of books, right? Sometimes you also go fishing. you're vegan maybe, like, just so you understand what I mean, right? Like, the more layers you kind of add into your content strategy and into showcasing who you are, the more niche you're gonna get, and also the more niche your target audience is gonna become. Because there are people out there that pretty much reflect who you are. There are people out there that are young guys into business, they like fishing, they like to go mountain biking every single weekend, right? And the more specific you get, the more they feel a connection to you, because they really feel like there's no other person online that is exactly like them. So they will be automatically drawn towards you, and that allows you to do a lot of things with that, right? That gives you a lot of leverage, a lot of opportunities for business, for connection purposes, etc., etc. So just wanted to point that out. Also, if you want to incorporate this whole system, generally speaking, there are 4 content pillars that I suggest every single one of my clients to implement into their personal brand in order to be able to create an outstanding and magnetic personal brand. But if you want to learn more about that, then make sure to click the first link in the description down below. It will take you to my inner circle where you have 24/7 access to me every single day, every single second. You get advice and resources, videos, and also things like the 4 content pillars for a magnetic personal brand that you can implement for yourself right away. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.